Hi parents. My name is Doug Schmidt. I'm the enrichment teacher for the Early Childhood Center. And Dorothy D'Angelo asked if I would do a couple activities that you could do with your child, just using everyday common items at home. So this is something I hope will be engaging. I'm just going to show you a few things, give you some pointers. So let's get started. So what we're going to do is just use simple paper you have lying around the house. I talk about it as sort of like easy origametry, and you can take any paper. I just happen to have some square origami paper, and that's what I use. But you can use any paper you have, Xerox paper, copy paper, even magazine paper or whatever. What we're more concerned with is making shapes. So you can just sort of sit playfully with your child and make a triangle, and you can talk about what shape this is, how many corners does it have, how many sides does it have. Then what you can do is make a smaller triangle or a bigger triangle and say, how are they different? You can then even make a smaller one, and you can talk about things like which one's the biggest, which one's the largest. You can also take a piece of paper, fold it open, what shapes do you see? And they may just see the square, and then you can talk about the square and the four corners. They may, especially if you've already talked about triangles, your child may see these triangles from the folds within there. So you can say, how many do you see? And then you could count them or have them count them. When you're talking about the corners, how many corners are there? And you can go through the counting. So this is very flexible, and if you look, I also have another activity for first graders called the origami snowflake. So here we have a lot of different folds, but what's great about this, you can make all sorts of different shapes and ask them what shapes do they see. And you can create different shapes with it just from one sheet of paper. What shape is this? What shape? This gets real fancy. If your child knows their shapes real well, you can teach them about having a trapezoid, or you can make a parallelogram from this sheet and do the same thing. So this sheet's very flexible. It's called the origami snowflake. It's on the same page that you found this activity. So this is something you could do, and down below that one it shows all the different shapes that kids can make, 252 different shapes. So hopefully you find this activity interesting. This is the first one. I'm going to be posting more each week. Some will be science related, math related, just some fun activities using things around the house. Thanks for listening.